Welcome today to the Daytona International Super Speedway, where we have Josephine Bouvier, who got sadly knocked out of the chase last week, and we are entering race round 14. She starts on the pole alongside of Jeremy Jones. I believe he's still in the chase. Jeremy Jones is a chaser. Then you got Waluigi Gunther, Rick Johnson, and Luis Hernandez rounds out your top five.
36 drivers all trying to compete for the glory.
Boogity.
Only
Let's go
13, no 12 remain. Boogity. Let's go green flag racing at Daytona, boys.
All right, anyway.
Bouvier hangs on to the lead right now as they're 2 by 2 all throughout the pack. No one given an inch so far in this early stage of the race.
Bouvier continues to lead the race with Gunther right behind her, pushing her to the lead. And she's going to move out of the inside line to try to block and pull an even bigger lead.
Your highest chase driver right now is Reigns, and he's running up there in the 7th
I can't
position.
Get a word in. Screw this.
So,
chasing out of it right now is Bouvier. Josephine Bouvier is out. Jonathan Rains as well. Joshua Cornish missed it, and as well as...
Rains not out, Joey.
Elijah Gordon also missed it. No, Joshua Cornish. Jonathan Rains is out. Yes, he is. To the inside now. No one making an inch. Oh, it's 3 wide now. Cody Lamas to the outside of Chris Dodd. And Rick Johnson gets held stuck by himself up on the high line.
We're getting close.
Yes, they are.
Banger. They all want to win this at this prestigious track. You see Jonathan Rains, he's up there on the bottom line, the very bottom, but still leads this line of long cars, this long field right here. Is 17 Will Gunther.
Waluigi Gunther leads us to lap 3.
Luigi Gunther leads them to lap 3 here at Daytona International Speedway here. 36 cars at this prestigious track ready to beat and bang for glory.
They're 3 wide now. A couple rolls deep in the middle, I believe, is Hartnett and Johnson, as well as Chris Dodd. That's about the battle for about 6 on back now, as Jonathan Rains takes the lead here through turn number 2. And 3 and 4, I meant to say.
Yeah, Jonathan Rains, I talked to him before the race. He said even though he didn't win, he didn't get his goal of winning the championship, he's still going to go out here and try to get this race. He never won at Daytona, so, he's trying really hard, to end the season on a high note and maybe have something for him next year. As we don't know if his contract is up or not. He's not providing any information right now, but he's saying that he's just trying to finish it out with his team strong for next season.
Ian Dutta, a chaser, takes the lead away from him, however, as now Johnny Gardner goes the inside of Ian Dutta, trying to take that lead away, as well as Ryan Gondilo in the 92 truck.
Yeah, Bouvier was the pole sitter, but it sucks because she was one of the first to get eliminated from the first round, so that... Unfortunate for her, but focusing on next season for that 14 team, or wherever she's going to go.
Ian Dutta doesn't have any wins right here, but, he's been consistent with the top 10s. He's actually tied for 5th with the most top 10s. He has 4 top 10s. So Ian Dutta is trying to show that you can do this off consistency, but, he would like to, move in or win his championship with a win here. So, he hasn't won all season, but maybe this can be his race, to prove something and let everybody know, hey, I'm still here.
Unite for Diabetes Silverado is still leading. Johnny Gardner in 2nd place. Eric Rodriguez follows. Also, Bobby Smith is in 3rd place.
Now they go to the bottom. They're 3 wide. It seems like the first couple kind of checked out more of the 3 wide action. They kind of went single file, double file. That might just be a way of avoiding the big wreck early and maybe just racing it out and making sure they finish this race.
Now, if I were you guys, the man to watch would be that 13 car right there. He is proven, even though he's out of the chase, he has a pretty good car there, and he has the whole season. 4 top 5s here as he's leading this race. So a lot of good drivers up here trying to get this win. As you see, as they're trying to get fan out right here is the car, 2 car of Thomas is going to get put in the middle there.
Left your channel.
three wide, four rows. No, not four rows. Three wide after the third place car. You see the 8 car. I think they're trying to settle down here. But as I talk right there, you see the 32 of Ian Dutta tries to get the lead back under the 33 of Bright.
And to correct you there, Theo, I believe Brad Smith is in the chase right now. So our leader could clinch a spot in the chase with this win today.
What point standings am I looking? I think DJ didn't send me the updated points.
Cole Deaver, he's running third right now. After you can't have a sadder points season. He is 71 points out of the next position in Ted last.
Yeah, if Cole Deaver even wins, I don't even know if he'll be able to catch the guy in front of him.
You have to win 3 races at this point to make it.
Yeah, that's just how bad of a season Cole Deaver's had. Speaking of bad seasons, the 51 truck coming into third place. The exact opposite of what we thought that 51 was going to do. He has only got 2 top 10s. And one of them was that treacherous race at Indianapolis. So
yeah, it's the same thing though as with Cole Baker. He's only got 1 top 10 all season. So that team is just not performing well at all.
But Joey, do you think that some of these drivers could be maybe looking forward to next season, and some of these drivers knowing that they will be moving up to the Cup Series, or some of these drivers that know this is their last shot, to get a car or get an owner interested in them for next season? Is this some of these guys' last shot to win and maybe, stay racing?
It is definitely a couple drivers' last shot to win because it's more of a wild card race. Anyone could win this in this entire pack. I'm even thinking that number like 43 out there. Kidding, there's no 43, but any driver could win. Cole Deaver could win. Heck, he's dead last in points.
I'm showing you who could win right now. That's Ian Dutta. He got out front, and he's the Pied Piper right now. Nobody can pass him. So Ian Dutta is throwing some muscle here. That tournament. As soon as I say that, he's the car of Swallenberg is looking underneath him in that 51 net 10 Toyota.
Yes, there goes Schwallenberg by to lead this race to the line. I think he will get this lap led.
What a debut for Eli Bright in the 33. It's his first start replacing Ash Curtis. Ash said, I wanted to focus more on Cup and Xfinity, so he's dropped out of his truck ride, and Eli Bright has taken over. Robbie Jackson is going to be in another truck, as was announced earlier in the week. But, 33 truck doing really good, showing no signs of fear from these drivers running in the top 10 at Daytona.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, that's one of them. Smith focused more on. Curtis was focused more on the Cup side. So why not sign a young, talented rookie? And he's showing he can go battle in the Daytona. He can go battle here in one of the prestigious tracks and show him what this car is all about. So what I'm saying, his teammate right there, the 3 car, he's doing pretty good. Right.
Speaking of someone with a bad season, Rick Johnson, he's going to the lead. And he will take the lead from Jeremy Jones, one of our chasers in this race.
Back to the driver of the 33, Eli Bright. He dominated the CRA Late Model Series and got picked up with KHI. It's an RCR affiliated truck now, considering he's under RCR contract. But the 33, he's got a bright future ahead of him. You could see him in the Cup Series in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. He is very, very quick, especially today after coming into a ride that he didn't even have last week. Just doing a great, fantastic job with that truck.
Speaking of someone doing fantastic, Jonathan Rains is taking the lead. Ian Dutta is following suit. They're trying to pull away from the pack, it seems. Just trying to pull a little tandem.
They got that Dutta machine, man. They got that thing. Because, man, when Ian Dutta gets behind a car and he pushes them, they fly. Ian Dutta is really showing like his car. He could really show something, do something tonight. But Richard Johnson, a lot of drivers this is like we were talking earlier. This is their last time to probably get a win and keep their sponsors, the owners, everybody who's put a lot of hard work in for the season on these trucks interested, and show them why they deserve a spot in the Winterfresh Truck Series. So, a lot of drivers, they are driving their heart out right now to show that, they are, the cream of the crop. And, they want a cup ride eventually. But, some of these drivers won't ever make it to the Cup Series. So, they have to, only, rely on the trucks. But like I said again, some of these drivers might be the last time they ever, drive or drive anything. So, it's all on the line right here. So I wouldn't, expect something big to happen later on in the race. It's, temper start to flare.
Another reason many of these drivers are driving really hard is because it's Daytona and they want to win at this racetrack. I mean, who doesn't want to win Daytona if you're a stock car driver?
Man, especially the 51 truck. This is his home track. He never has any luck here. He did a flip in the ARCA race that was not televised, obviously. But he had a really nasty flip here, and he just said he hates this track. So he's keeping his truck clean right now, but I don't know if that luck's going to strike back. But he was leading a couple laps here, so for him to get a little bit of fortune at Daytona would be pretty cool.
Someone with a little bit of luck was at Indy was Joshua Sakuli. He takes the lead now away from Jonathan Sorlin in the 98 truck, followed by Joshua Cornish, who had a heartbreak last week of getting involved in an early accident.
Jonathan Sasuli sure wishes he won that Indianapolis race or won a race in the regular season, because he would have been a strong contender in the chase, to be honest. He had a great race at Watkins Glen, I believe, earlier in the season, and CTMP. So he could have been strong in the chase, and he shows signs of speed, especially at Indianapolis and Daytona.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we see a little bit of teamwork as I see the 29 and the 19. The 14 is in the middle of that teammate sandwich, but, maybe there are team orders to start moving to the front here because maybe pit stops are happening. So you see those guys start to move their way up to the front. We all know Eric Rodriguez is never counted out in anywhere we go. So, he's trying to get his way back up to the front there, him and his teammate, because, pit stops might be coming up soon.
That's very true. Pit stops are just right around the corner.
We've gotten intel from a pit reporter that there's some debris in turn 2, but we don't know if there's going to be a caution yet. It's either on the apron or the high side. But yeah, we could see a caution pretty soon here as they're racing double file.
We didn't mention it, but they're running up on an underfunded team. Master in that underfunded team, he's running off pace. So the leaders are coming up really fast as he is about to go a lap down. Sorry there, I got a message from my girlfriend. But Master, he's been running. The field's going to catch him in the next lap or two. There, Joey.
They are going to catch him in the next lap or two. Oh, and the debris is. Oh, they did throw a yellow for the debris.
Put it out.
Caution is out.
We just heard race control say put it out. And there was a big chunk of debris from the 9 truck sitting in turn 2. That truck is just falling apart, man. No wonder he's off pace. There's reports that there might be a different driver in that 9 truck, but we have no idea.
But as they're racing back to the line, I think they're racing back.
It looks like Joshua Sakuli should win it back. Joshua Sakuli, followed by the number 31 of Chris Dodd.
They're going to go 3 wide for him. They want that second spot, but nope, we'll get it.
I think Cole Baker got 3rd. Luis got 4th as the caution has flown.
Oh no.
Oh, man. The 31
they saved it. There's some tempers flaring here.
Slow it down. People are idiots.
Race controller telling everybody to slow down. Not some very nice comments after that, but
yeah, let's go back and look at that real quick. I see there as that car under Dodd, who is the
Cole Baker machine.
Cole Baker machine was probably unhappy with the move. Well, no, he couldn't be unhappy because he made the move, but whoever car that was that made that move, they wasn't too happy with that. There's no point of, making it 3 wide there for the finish. So, Dodd showed his unpleasantcy with the car on the outside of him, letting him know, hey, you didn't have to squeeze me like that. That it's still early in the race. But like I said, everybody's fighting for a position. So, out here in this series, you can't let anybody push you around. So I guess Dodd was making a statement there. Hey, I'm not going to take any of that next time.
Yeah, Dodd's had a pretty rough season. He's been getting the short end of the stick, it seems, from Turner Scott, Ian Dutta, and obviously the 30 of Cody Lamas have been doing such
a great
better.
job this season.
Yeah, so much better. As there's probably some trucks coming down to the pits. Our pit reporter Robbie Jackson.
How many drivers are pitting?
Lovely how I get relegated to pit reporter after being in the booth for so long. Anyway.
Shut up, Larry Mack.
Shut up, Larry.
Who is coming down?
Justin Rains. We're getting through our headsets. He's probably going to get 2 tires and some fuel. Is that what's also come through yours?
I guess so. That's the only other person I can cover in that slow 9 truck. I don't know what's going on with him.
Hits are out. I can't believe no one else pitted. There's only 3 trucks that pitted.
Oh, they're trying to fool us up here. He just took fuel. And Christian Master, I don't know what's going on with him, but he is not having the best of days here in that 9 truck.
I think he slipped by NASCAR's drug testing policy, to be honest with you.
Well, as you guys can see, as crunch time gets started to go, so we hit the line, we'll have 10 to go.
Developed a special type of cocaine.
The top drivers are making their way up to the front. As you guys see, Cody Lamas has made his way up to the top 10. So has Rodriguez and his teammate. So drivers are, they're recognizing, hey, it's time to go here with 10 to go. If you want to get up there, you better start making your move now, because once they start racing, they get 3 and 4 wide, and everybody starts taking more than they give. You don't want to be back there, mid-20s, back there in the pack. You want to state your claim now.
Yo, I got a question. What do you think the idea behind no one pitting was? What do you think?
I think this is mind games. We obviously know that these trucks can't make it the whole way without fuel, so I think it's a bit of cat and mouse here. I see Sakuli didn't pit, so I'm guessing Dodd. Nobody else wanted to take that risk. But a couple drivers did come in. Didn't really have much to lose, but I think they're pitting now. The paint lights are back on. So I don't know if that was a problem there with the race control. I don't know. They were still cleaning up the debris from the track there. I don't know.
Time for the Larry Mack has-been of the year to take it away.
The drivers are coming in here, and we're gonna have our pit race reporter, Robbie Jackson, give us reports.
Christopher J. Dodd the 9th over here. I don't know what he's going. He looks like he's gonna take right sides of 2 cans of Sunoco fuel, however you pronounce it.
No, it's crunch time, so nobody can afford to have any pit mistakes.
No, he's gonna take 2 tar. He about to hit that 18 coming off the pit road. Tony Stewart about to hit that guy.
And that's 666 is in the
Shut
garage.
up! I'm the pit reporter. Oh, that's close.
Who's gonna get off pit road first?
Let's see.
Oh
my! I think it was Gardner.
It was Gardner.
And your bigger loser was Eric. He lost.
He beat somebody out of something at all.
Yo, guys, you guys are forgetting who's on top of that 01's pit box. It's Bob Osborne, the guy who got Chris Buescher his first win at Pocono.
Nasty Jew.
He's got
dude.
a pretty good crew chief, one of the best minds in the garage on top of that pit box. So, 01 obviously not one of the most funded drivers out there. Team's still trying to get some wins.
God, you're making it sound like Chris.
But what a great! I know Master's probably not going to stay out there, but could he cause problems on this restart, Dylan?
God, I hope so.
Masters. Or
was it just the case of the draft that played a part?
Yeah, I believe there's draft there because that team it's not underfunded, but they are looking for a new driver, I believe. So
I wonder why.
Tough situation. Hopefully it's not Masters doing that, but you never know what's going on with that 9 truck. All these mechanical problems are, I don't know, unpredictable, I gotta say.
But one driver in pit crew combo that really got me there was Rodriguez. His teammate got out pretty quick. But can you give us an update on Rodriguez, Robbie, and what happened, why he lost so many spots?
No. Okay, what?
Why did Rodriguez lose so many spots?
Because he's Eric. I don't know.
His pit crew obviously not on it today, but
I mean, he's freaking livid right now. He's on the radio cussing them out. They know how much he has to to gain right here or to lose. So he's not happy with that because he's keeping up with Cody Lamas here. And let's see, Cody's 10th, so Cody's ahead of him, and he's pretty hot about that. You can't afford minute mistakes like that in a race that can cost you so much. Because here at Daytona, you never know. Just by his team being that's like half a second slower than Cody, a wreck might happen, and Eric's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and there goes the championship. So he's really hot on his team about that right now, and I would too though if I was him. But pace lights are off, and your leader here, which is the car of
Justin,
the 01 of Reigns, he will be leading them down here.
Yeah, you were talking about Eric Rodriguez. He's such a perfectionist with everything that he does. He does not like losing at all. Anytime he loses anything, he'll start to get real angry. So,
blame it on black people. He loves to blame everything on black people. The black fans, the black fans are really upset right now because they know how much he wants to win.
Hates black people.
One of the more popular drivers in the Winterfresh Cup Series.
Fined a few grand.
In the Truck Series, I mean. So, but his teammate, on the other hand, had a great stop. His teammate,
white kid Johnny Gardner. Why am I talking? I'm the pit reporter.
As they come to the
hates
green,
black people in 2017.
as they come to the green.
That's 2017. Happy New Year.
Our pit reporter's in another place. He's in China.
Pit reporter's drunk. Okay, as we come
I'm partying in the pit, y'all.
with 9 to go,
green.
Justin Reigns leads. Ryan Gandillo.
As we come to the green with 9 to go, the green is back out here at Daytona. Who's it gonna be? Masters. He's been out of it. The underdog. He's gonna drop down to get second. As they're getting up to speed here. Takes almost half a lap to get up to a full lap and a half to get up to speed. So these drivers are trying to get what they can get right now. You see they're going 3 wide in the back there. Well, almost 3 wide. Masters looking for the lead now.
Yeah, I don't Master went from being about almost a lap down to the lead. So pit strategy did work out for him. That truck's obviously faster than it looked. So
I know what truck is faster than it looks, and it's Eric right now. He is hauling ass to get back up to the front.
Apparently, Christian Master was lying to us this entire race because he's in the lead.
Maybe that was a case of I don't want to get involved in one of these wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kind of hung back there, lost the draft, unfortunately. But here he is back in the lead. What an unexpected turn of events.
I thought he was going to be 3 laps off the pace. He turns out he's in the lead. Oh, my
I think he's got a mystery engine under the hood of that Chevy. That's why he's running so good with only the sponsor on the tail of the truck, of all places.
This pack is pretty calm right now. You usually would see them start squirreling around everywhere with only a handful of laps to go.
Yeah, I think that 6 car Luis has a problem. Luis has a problem, definitely.
Yeah, Luis has got some issues. I don't understand. I guess the draft distance is very weak here. Check the winds. It's only 0. It's actually there's no wind outside right now. So
it's actually separating the pack here, but maybe that's the best thing to happen.
The safest thing for the drivers that want to just get their trucks home safe. But that sometimes does not happen at Daytona. But I don't understand why they're single file here because there's a race to be won.
The top 5 are definitely single files. There's 7.
You mind if I praise God?
I do. Now,
Eric right now is digging. He's made up a ton of spots. This is now in 7th position on the racetrack, and he is not showing any signs. And look there, Cody and Eric. I'll tell you about that rivalry, man. He knows what's in stake. Now he's going to pass the car of
Cole Baker.
Cole Baker now. So now it's your 2 championship contenders right there. 5th and 6th, 5th and 6th respectively on the racetrack, as they're trying to duke it out for this championship.
They've moved their way now to 4th and 5th, as now Bouvier is the only gap between the next highest running chaser and now Justin Reigns.
Eric
Where's our-
Rodriguez last lap just ran the fastest one of the race.
Yep.
I know that doesn't matter too much at Daytona, but that means he's got something for these leaders.
Where is our last week's winner? Oh, there he is, JT Bryant.
Ooh,
He's
the
finally making his
six-
way up into the field. He won at Dega.
The 6 may be dropping possible debris. We're getting it from race control. There might be a caution in a lap or two. I don't know. That might be unfortunate. Luis
Buddy
Hernandez.
left your channel.
He had a pretty fast truck under the hood.
I know who doesn't want this race to end on a caution, and that's your leader. I know he wants this race to end on a caution. As Eric is really fighting his way up there. He's now in third.
Yeah, Eric's up to third right now, but
But I told you, Dutta has had the fastest car to me all race. I think Dutta is the fastest car all race, and he's showing it right now as he's trying to get to the front.
Put it out.
found debris
put it
from the
out,
6
back
truck as
straight
we're
away.
hearing. Yep, we're hearing calls from race control that it's time to put it out. There's a big chunk of debris from the 3 truck. It was apparently a whole entire rear sway bar. So that's never good when you lose your rear sway bar. I don't know how he's kept that truck on any rails.
Well, I bet you why the 6 is damaged. Remember, he got in the outside wall there, coming to the line earlier on with Chris Dodd, and that I bet you is why he is slowing down and why the debris came off of his car.
I don't know. I'm getting a call from race control that the 9 spoiler is pushed further down than everybody else's. I don't know if you guys see that, but I don't know. That could be a DQ.
We'll have to see after the race whether
That
it is.
definitely could play really big implications for him. You know,
Could be a
a
reason
lot of
why.
teams do drastic things when it gets to the end of the season. You know, they want that money, they want to win. You know, they want to establish themselves for next season. So race control have to look into that after the race. But if that's the case, man, I feel like if you have to cheat to win, you shouldn't even be in the sport. It should be earned. So if that's the case for Master, you know, a good, nice kid, you know, he's been racing since he was 13. His dad used to own a local go-kart track out there in Iowa. And so, you know, tough break, hard kid, you know, he just earned this, you know, off his family or something. He's been racing his way up the ranks. So if that's the case, though, for him, you know, I hate to see that, you know.
Yeah, Jonathan Rains knocked out of the chase last round. Trying to keep the tradition of non-chase winners. So far, we've only had one winner that was in the chase, winning a race in the chase, and that was JT Bryant last week at Talladega. Eric Rodriguez could be also the second chaser to win in the chase races. 2 super speedways in a row, that makes a big difference, especially when the last one was a transfer round and this one is the start of the round of the chase.
Exactly, they're dealing, and I have word that the 6 car of Luis Hernandez is not happy with that 31 Dodd machine. He's definitely gonna have words for him after this race, so that's unfortunate for him. But you know, in this series is, you know, man up or get manned on, and obviously Luis is not happy with Dodd there, so expect some type of confrontation after the race on that.
Well spoken, but we're getting ready to get real excited for a green-white checker. Christian Master is going to lead us to the green flag with only 2 laps to go.
You know,
Jonathan
Christian
Rains
Master really
second,
wants to win this race, as you were saying. He really wants to win this race. Never had a career win in the Winterfresh Truck Series. Might be his only and last shot. So why not leave it on the line here at this historic track and get you a win there?
Yeah, usually a mid-pack team Master is, but that would be something if that little team called NTS brought it to victory lane. But the pace truck should be rolling off pretty soon. Christian Master, like we said, will lead us to the green. Then there's Rains, Rodriguez, Dutta, Young, Gordon, Bouvier, Rains, Lamas, and then Annie Thomas.
And rounding out your top 15, you
top
have
10.
Jones, you have Bryant, Baker, Dalton, and Gardner. So as the pace car is about to pull off here, Joey's going to lead us back to the green flag.
As here we go, Christian Master leads us to the green. Justin Rains in second, Eric Rodriguez, Ian Dutta, and Dylan Young in fifth. Green flag's out. Christian Master gets a great start for that team. Will he get the win? Will he surprise everybody?
The fans are on their feet. They know what's about to happen. Are they witnessing history here? Christian Master. A lot of people like this kid. They're rooting for the underdog here, but your main contender right here, Rodriguez, he don't want that to happen. He's flying to the lead here. Everybody is on their feet. They want to see the underdog win, but I don't know about that. As Eric Rodriguez is getting a huge run on the back of him coming into 3 and 4.
And
Rodriguez trying to spoil the party in the white number 19 Dodge Ram. We're coming to the white flag coming off turn 4.
Oh no!
Move.
Master's about to pit.
Christian Master's pulling into the pits.
He was not good.
Black flag.
No!
Or illegal body modifications.
Oh,
wow.
Black flag, illegal body
But
modification.
here we go. Otherwise, guess who's in first? Reigns.
Reigns makes the
Justin Rains
move.
trying to get win number 2 of the season.
Here comes
But
Dylan
Dylan
Young.
Young's trying to say something else about it.
Dylan Young is pushing him. He wants to win this race. Don't forget about the 14 of Bouvier. He's right there, tucked in right behind him. Don't forget about Gordon. Gordon wants to win this race too. He's getting a big push. The 01 is getting pushed as hard as he can right now. Rodriguez is falling back on the outside. He won't be a factor here. Rodriguez, Bouvier, Young, Reigns blocking both sides here.
Teammates of the number 9 truck, Josephine Bouvier, trying to take the win away. And looks like Justin Rains might take it.
Tries going inside,
Bouvier's
but the
trying
car
to go
was
to
there.
the inside, but the 27 is there. And Justin Rains will win a wild one at Daytona.
Wow.
We got it, boys! Woo! And he is really excited right there. He is so happy there. He won that race, came out of nowhere. Nobody thought that Justin Rains would win this race, and that's why we all love Daytona. What a great drive. Kept his car clean the whole race, and out of nowhere, he just showed up, and that's what these Daytona races are about. Just whoever shows up at the right time, and, he gets his first Winterfresh Truck Series win. So congratulations to him and that whole team.
Oh no, Emmanuel Hartnett's dead. Get a big crash in the back after the race. However, as they come down, congratulations to Justin Rains. What a race.
What an insane race. Wow, we had the 9 truck with illegal body modifications leading that race. That was
Wow.
kind of upsetting. He's yet
A lot
to
of fans
start
on our
finish line.
tweet report, on our Winterfresh Truck Series tweet report, are just absolutely fed up with race control there. And the president of race control, which is Robbie Jackson, a lot of people are adding him on Twitter and saying, even though that probably did happen, but the 9 truck has got a lot of fans now because of that. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be in this sport for a long time now after this race, because a lot of fans now, they like this kid. And, wins don't come by easily in this, high of a field they're dealing. So just explain to me the emotion. We're going to let Master, park it here. But, Dylan's down there with Master here. Dylan, you can tell us what he's feeling, what he told you.
Man, Master said, I don't know what race control's thinking. Our splitter was never touched. The only thing that we had a problem with was that our track bar was just off just so much. And they changed that in that pit stop, and he got black flagged by Robbie Jackson up there in race control. He is just absolutely devastated. His dream was to win at Daytona, and he almost had it. He had only
1 lap
2
short.
laps.
Not 2 laps short. So a lot of people are really, fed up right there, and Master, that might be his break right there. NASCAR and popularity going hand in hand. They'll keep him in the sport for a long time. So maybe maybe this race was a race for him in his future there, as great young kid, pretty talented. So we probably see more from him. But biggest story of the day. Rodriguez came back after, a bad pit stop and ended up finishing 6th. Let's see, Cody Lamas dropped back to 12th there. And any update on Luis Hernandez and the Chris Dodd situation, Joey?
The Luis Hernandez and Chris Dodd situation. They came back to the garage, and Luis Hernandez had a few choice words, to say the least, to Chris Dodd, as it became a huge argument in the pits, almost resulting in a big fight.
There's a punch!
A punch has been thrown, as there they go. They are fighting here, fans. Luis and Chris Dodd, the rivalry has brewed as words have become nothing, they seem, and they have begun throwing fists here at Daytona Motor Speedway. Dylan, who's been living here his whole life, has tried to break it up, but I seem like that hasn't happened, as they are fighting here. Fans are on their feet, and this a controversial race here at Daytona, but we all know that what happened. It brings out the best and worst, but you know, the fans, this is what they came to see. They came to see heartbreak. They came to see, heartbreak. They came to see, going through trials, tribulations, all that. But Reigns, I'm happy for him and his camp. They got the win, came out of nowhere. But a lot of tough breaks for a lot of people. And that's just what Daytona does. So we're just going to give you a brief recap of the race. How about Dylan, you just give the fans who just joined a brief recap.
DJ wasn't recording.
I still am.
You were?
Yeah, I've been.
Just not over TeamSpeak.
All right. Cut that part out where I said that you weren't recording.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Give it a more amateur feel.
Wow, that was a big fight. He threw a punch, and then nothing else really happened. Sort of like the Mears Ambrose fight a couple years ago or 3 years ago.
Gave him a big old shiner.
Yeah, gave him Hernandez gave Dodd a pretty big black eye.
He
after
deserved
that,
it.
But, yeah, that's what happens. I don't know, man. Pretty wild one at Daytona, but we're going to the opposite side of the country now. We're going to Auto Club next week. So we'll see you guys then.
And a quick update. Reigns just said he's going to give his winnings. He's going to give half of his winnings to the Children Foundation. So what a great donation that is for Reigns. What a great job for him. And he said he's going to give half of his donations to the Children Foundation. So,
tell us more about this Children Foundation.
Well, Reigns actually been a survived cancer patient. He has
funny
been
story worth laughing for, but he actually went through it. Rather astonishing story to hear.
So after being a survivor, his dream was always to win the Daytona 500. So this was his closest to his dream there. So I'm proud of Justin Reigns there in his camp, and why not give back? Why not give back to who got you there? So great job by him.
Yeah. Well,
Why
otherwise
did you
that
say
was
that?
Well, otherwise it's been a great way to conclude Daytona International Speedway. As you can see, Richard Johnson and the test truck kind of dying in the air.
What a great way to end off this great week of racing. Will Christian Masters get his revenge on Winterfresh Truck Series race control Robbie Jackson?
Tonight.
Will the fans be on his side for next season race? What will happen between Chris Dodd and Luis Hernandez? Tune to next week at Auto Club, where they go 4 and 5 wide racing for the win.
Yes. Well, first things first, I'd like to thank all my co-commentators here. I let them take over the booth for tonight. A rather interesting and entertaining to watch. A rather clean Daytona race overall. Justin Reigns took the checkered flag here, and actually he did come into this race in the chase. Actually, he's one of the few that made it into the final 12, and well, with that win, he's set for the next round, with 8 remaining. So he's got a good shot. He can go for maybe another win here and then, but that is the second win of the season. Like I said, I'd like to thank all my co-commentators for coming over and visiting in the Hollywood Hotel. And well, great way to end up the Daytona race here, as we'll take a look at the point standings here after you witness Richard Johnson dying a second time. Not really, let's not do that. But yeah, we'll take a look at the point standings though overall, as we'll be signing out.